Sho, do you have a moment? I'd like to compare notes with you on the traitor's identity. Whom do you suspect? Look at all these people that are super friends with me. Wow, I'm about to become close with 3 of these characters, actually. Too bad the 4th most familiar character still is the one that we, killed? Zenji's still in last. Zenji is still the most likely candidate for being erased. And so I gotta take a stand and vote for somebody here. Because otherwise everyone's gonna vote for Zenji. And Zenji, I think, just got proved innocent? No, he didn't. Oh crap, he didn't. Right. The other people I removed. So I've got it narrowed down to these 3, basically. Because these 2 were safe. It's previously these 3 and these 2. But I removed... Yeah, I removed you. And I removed you. And the number stayed the same. So I actually... It's got like a weirdly lucky guess. Like, if the voices had been 2, I would have new information, but I wouldn't know which one of these 2 people to count as being potentially safe without another round of potentially narrowing it down. But now I've got it pretty narrowed down to these 3. Ah, I can't do it. I was like, I've got it narrowed down to these 3. I could spend a vision point to investigate. I could check it out. But I can't check it out now. Damn it. I want to do the vision point thing, because I don't... But I gotta vote. The forecast is Toya, Himeno, and Zenji. While Marco's safe. So I think I need to... I want to try to save not Zenji. So I want to save Toya, because he's in the running right now. And Marco's not in the running, so I think I'm gonna accuse Marco, so at least the correct 3 people will be in the running, and I can hopefully move from there. I hope. I don't know, and I don't know the exact impact of the accused mechanic yet, so it's kind of a gamble, but what that's gonna do. But I've at least got down to the right 3 people. How convenient that the people that might be the traitors are also the people that I least use, and frankly, I hope it's Marco because he dies so quickly, and I'm frustrated having him in the party. I'm not really fond of Zenji either as a character, or as a character I try to use in combat. I don't know what his use is as much. Whereas I hope Himeno is not the traitor because, on top of not being particularly unlikable compared to some of the... She's less unlikable than Zenji at least. She has a giant AoE fireball attack that is nice, as per that last round where I used it like crazy. Let's accuse Marco and see what happens.
Makes sense.
I see. That's a plausible theory. Good to know you've been watching so intently. I don't know if that affects the ranking or not, though.
Now then.
I haven't spoken to the others about this, but I believe Zenji is our traitor. Ah, I do think so. Did the ranking change, by the way? That's the battle ranking. So Marco got in, and Himeno is not in. So the problem is Marco replaced Himeno instead of Toya, which is kind of iffy. Frustrating. Okay. So... I could accuse Zenji of being the traitor, but he's already thought of as being the traitor, so that doesn't help or change anything, because he already is going to lose. I could say I don't know, which has no effect on the rankings, or I could say he's not the traitor, which would remove... It would probably remove votes from Zenji and move them towards somebody else. The problem is Zenji could totally be the traitor, but Marco could, and Himeno could be the traitor, and if I think I want to remove... I can still manipulate things in the future, so I think I want to remove the emphasis on Zenji by reducing the current guilt he has, the blame he currently has, If I can reduce that, then fewer people will be looking at him, which means I'll have more ability to tip the scales later because it'll be hopefully be more even playing field, I hope. Because right now it's not even, they're super skewed in favor of him, but there's only a 1 in 3 chance that he's the guy, and if he's not the guy, then I'm screwed. Because then I might not be able to skew it away from him at that point. Maybe. I'm gonna say I don't think so. It seems we are at odds with each other on this topic. Will we reach a common ground? What is the outcome of that? It had no effect. It had no effect at all. All that happened is that Marco went up a rank and everyone else went down. Which is bad because Himeno is one of the candidates and Marco only affected her and not Toya. Damn it. Seems they took my opinion to heart. But something's odd. Something's odd, you say? First of all, let's spend that gift point I probably just got for you. Yep. Mr. Protagonist Man. The target attacks you, attack them first. I want it so bad. Get it. Get it. This increases crit rate during assists and counterattacks for you and your nearby allies. I want that too, so I want to max this out regardless, but I also want this. I want both of these. I want him to be the king of co-op, basically. Because that sounds awesome. And then this raises Dex and Agility, which you can also raise manually. He's got a decent tree. It's almost like you're stuck with him or something. They didn't want to screw him up. This game has me engaged, that's the best I can say. I don't really care about any of the characters on a story level, because they're all, like, really thinly written, and also a lot of them feel weirdly localized, like they're, like their dialogue feels like they're aliens a lot of the time. But they're a diverse cast of characters, personality-wise, so if I just ignore their writing and just take them as character templates, at least they're memorable across the board, so I can tell them apart from each other. That gives me something to work with. But I gotta narrow this down. We have Brutal Clash. Last time, yeah, there was 3 main missions last time, so this might be the last main mission, after which we might then have to do the vote. Do I get another side objective? I don't remember if that happened last or what. But we're getting there. I've got to narrow this down. So after this, the gate will, it'll probably be Judgment Time. But you manually start Judgment Time, so I can still do the vision points at that point to try to narrow it down. I might need to do vision points now. I don't think, yeah. I want to do vision points now, because I've narrowed down what seems to be the 3. So if I do the vision points now, I can figure out which one of them is actually the traitor. And that means that when I do the next mission, I can then respond to feedback about who I think the traitor is and actually skew things before the vote starts. Otherwise, I won't have a chance. Let's try Zenji.
What is this? This is... Huh?
Arrive at the depths of someone's heart by moving toward their voices. They'll try to flee, but you must catch them. Can I fail this? Or do I just keep running?
Later.
Hey, wait!
Who gives a rat's ass? I can copy anyone else's abilities. It's so annoying trying to talk to you. You gotta tell me twice. Well, it's bullshit. What the hell's that supposed to mean?
I'm going to leave my mark
That's
behind.
complete bullshit.
I don't have much faith in
Fine by me. Screw that guy. You guys are starting to piss
make me
off.
sick.
Reality sucks. Such a pain in the ass.
They're gone again.
Reality sucks some days. That's complete bullshit. It's so annoying trying to talk to you. Who gives a rat's ass? I know. You don't gotta tell me. You guys are starting to piss me off. Copy anyone else's abilities. Well, it's bullshit. What the hell's that supposed to mean? I don't have much faith in Fine by me.
I'm going to leave my
Screw
mark
that guy. You make me sick. Was wondering if you were gonna show.
Please, wait.
I know. You don't gotta tell me twice. Fine by me. But reality sucks some days. You make me sick. That's complete bullshit! Who gives a rat's ass? Well, it's bullshit. You guys are starting to piss me off.
I'm going to leave my mark
I can
behind.
copy anyone else. Screw that guy. What the hell's that supposed to have much faith in? Well, it's bullshit. Don't get yourself killed.
Got it. Zenji, come with us.
I've reached the depths of Zenji's heart. It seems he's not the traitor. So as I was thinking, Well, he certainly would have been the most convenient traitor because everybody already hates him. So that would have made this very easy for me. But he's not the traitor. So he's safe. He's specifically marked as safe now. Go ahead and mark him as not that now. Now it's one of you two. I would hope Marco. Zenji is the most convenient traitor because I don't have to do anything that about the vote cast. He would just automatically get voted out already, which is convenient. Marco sucks, so I kind of hope that he's the traitor because he's really he just dies instantly and he never accomplishes anything. It's like, god damn it.
I see it. This is... Huh?
That wasn't...
Hey, wait!
You expect us to kill them? When I was alone. All right. But we don't know who the traitor is. There's an enemy among us. How do you trust anyone? Necessary sacrifices. I don't want to. We have to fight to survive. Do we really have to? What are we supposed to do? This is awful. Isn't that a little bleak? So, what now?
They're gone again.
When I was alone. All right. You mean we can't trust anyone? We don't know who the traitor is. We have to fight to survive. Necessary sacrifices. Do we really have to? What are we supposed to do? This is awful. I don't want to. You expect us to kill them? So, isn't that an enemy among us? I don't want to. Isn't that... How do we get ourselves involved in this?
Please, wait.
When I was alone. I don't want to. How do you... Do we really have to? You mean... We can't trust anyone? We don't know who the traitor is. What are we supposed to do? Necessary sacrifices. So, we have to fight to survive. This is awful. You expect us to kill them? I wish we could just trust each other.
Got it. Marco, come with us.
I've reached the depths of Marco's heart. It seems he's not the traitor. Oh no, not the Firemancer. That's not good. Well, now I feel mean about accusing Marco. That makes Marco safe. Now the question is, do I accuse Himeno, or do I use a victory point, a vision point to be sure? I think I'm still gonna use a vision point. We haven't had a proper positive yet. So like, I'm still working on assumptions and guesses about how this whole system works. It could be that I investigate Himeno, and then she's innocent, and then I'm like, oh shit. Now I have to, like, revamp and, like, relook at all my data from scratch. I got it down to 3 suspicious people going by the voices count, which, I mean, is like a sort of explained, sort of unexplained mechanic. There's like slight ambiguities in its language that are weird and confusing. but I think I had it. At the very least, I think I'm right about the number. You can see 1, then you can see that there's Zenji. Then 2, Marco and Himeno. 3, all 3 of them. 3, all 3 of them. So my numbers have been right, but I don't entirely know the meaning yet. At the very least, this will prove to me what the number means. If Zenji's guilty, then I can run with that assumption in the future and save points. But I should spend the point now to make sure I know how the game works, otherwise I'm in trouble.
I see it. This is... huh?
Does it matter if there's a traitor in our ranks?
Hey, wait!
Trust no one. I don't deny it. Why don't you show yourself? Another traitor, huh? Please. It's best if you stop. I'm sorry. It'd be good if that's the case. I want to save the world. Don't look at me. I have no intention of stopping here. We're just a hastily made team anyway. I'd hardly consider any of you an ally.
They're gone again.
Another traitor, huh? I don't deny it. Trust no one. Please. It's best if you stop. It'd be good if that's the case. I'm sorry. I'm moving on. Don't look at me. I have no intention of stopping here. I want to save the world. Why don't you show... All we can do now is move forward.
Please, wait.
It'd be good if that's the case. It's best if you stop. Trust no one. Why don't you show yourself? Another traitor, huh? I don't deny it. I have no intention of stopping here. I'm sorry. Don't look at me. I want to save the world. Moving on. I wouldn't mind making any sacrifice and accepting any sin.
What do you mean? This is a lie, right, Himeno? So you're the traitor.
There we go. Now the mechanics are way more black and white. Now that we have a positive, we can actually draw from there what this all means. It just says suspect instead of traitor or something. Okay, so we used 3 points. Hopefully we'll have to use fewer in the process in the future. If I can always narrow it down to 3 people, we seem to get... Do we get 3 points at a time? I think we get a point every time... I think my vision points were going up every time I did a mission. The main missions, the story missions, the required ones. So that hopefully will always give me 3, but I probably will only need to use 2 if I can successfully narrow it down to 3. If I can narrow it down to 3 people, then I only need to use 1 or 2 vision points. If I'm lucky, the first one just identifies one outright. But if I get 2 failures, but I can definitely narrow it down to 3 people for sure via the mission screen, then I can then just assume the other one's the traitor. This got interesting. Still slightly bummed out that I was trying to figure out who the traitor was in Chapter 1 and there was no evidence because it was scripted and the mechanic didn't exist yet. But okay. Whoa. Whoa. How does that work? So if I figure out who the traitor is via the vision point, did they become the automatic vote subject? Is that how it works? I thought I still had to make everyone vote for her. She was not the likely candidate a moment ago. But now she's just gonna become the subject? Also, who's this person who's not voting for Himeno? Obviously she's not, but there's one other person who's voting for Toya or Zenji instead of her. And I'm wondering who that is. Okay, well now it says that she's gonna be erased. Do people just automatically believe me? And if I find somebody with my power that's the traitor, do they just accept that? Because it seems like that's the case. Weird. Well, at least we can become besties with Marco. Now that we know that he's not a traitor.
What is it?
Let's talk.
Huh?
With me? Really? Why? I'll give in, but I don't know what you want. Well, what would you like me to do?
What?
Huh? Your reason for calling me. You have a reason, right? I just want to talk. Give me all your money.
Oh.
So, do you have a reason for talking to me? Does there need to be one? Can't talking to you be the reason itself? I don't think so. So, why are you talking to me, given our current situation? It's not like I'm very helpful right now. No, I wasn't going to ask you to do anything. I only wanted to know more about you. That's why I asked. Is that such a bad thing?
Huh?
You want to know more about me, like how much I have in savings? Now, why did you have to bring that up? I don't need any money, and I have no intention of demanding anything from you.
It can't.
You're lying. I'm not falling for that. You act nice, but you're going to turn on me eventually. Your niceness is just a mask, and you're gonna hurt me, and use me, and just discard me like a piece of trash.
What?
I don't plan on doing such a thing, Marco. What's up with you? Is that all? We've talked long enough, right? I should get going. Hey. What are you so afraid of, Marco? I feel like he said what he's afraid of, explicitly. I don't know if you picked up on that, but it seems pretty clear. Alright, so Himeno's not even an option, but I wouldn't want to spend it on her either. I could keep working on Zenji, potentially, or... I mean, Marco needs that. We need to work on that meter.
Why?
I wonder why a traitor would be hiding among us. Why not just attack us directly?
You're right.
It might mean that the end wants to toy with us. Well, it can't be easy on the traitor either, not knowing when they might get caught. I wonder if they'll be rewarded for their efforts. They kind of know when they'll get caught. They'll get caught when it's time for the next trial, which happens at regular intervals, apparently. Ajito?
Hey.
Whoa, this place is so weird, like a watering hole. You think it's safe to drink?
But...
Hey, you shouldn't...
Nope.
Hey man, calm down, I'm just joking. Sorry. It's just the way I am. I see things, I question them. It's human to try and drink from strange bodies of water. It is? I'll take your word for it? Yoko. It's like two planks of wood talking to each other. The outside atmosphere changed. It's a more relaxed feel.
You're right.
Yeah, but the enemies seem to be much stronger. Let's be cautious. Enemies. Right. Feeling reluctant to go into battle? Not to that extent, but it's unfortunate to think that enemies will keep coming and we have to keep defeating them. That's an important feeling, but you have to fight it off in order to deal with the approaching threat. That's the reality of it. Besides, this is a battle to save the world. Losing it is not an option. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Did she train for this? Did she know what she was getting herself into? It's unfortunate that enemies keep happening in this battle scenario to save the world. What is this crap? Changing the scenery on us?
Right.
He might have even more traps and surprises to throw at us. Dan's a bastard, that's all it is. Just thinking about him watching us and smiling, it pisses me off. I'm not gonna let him outsmart us. Agreed. Well, we know he's now at least. Yay, my healer is not betraying us.
Well...
By the way, Sho.
Huh?
What is it? Why is it you haven't been so assertive in finding the traitor lately? Does it seem like it? I'm imagining just about everyone is talking and speculating, and yet you don't seem so concerned. You're very observant. The truth is, I just don't want to spread rumors or doubts needlessly. I see. What a wise stance on the matter. Nevertheless, should you need someone to speak to about these matters, I hope you'd consider me an option. I will. Thanks for the offer. You shouldn't consider him an offer, because he could be the traitor at any given moment for all we know. It'd be nice if we could storm through and find him or her efficiently, the traitor I mean.
But...
They wouldn't want to die either. It won't go so easily. That's true, but isn't it possible if we use someone's gift? Someone's, as in... If someone could hint out who the traitor is, everyone would move real hunky... Oh, everything would move real hunky-dory. Sorry for saying weird stuff. If only somebody had some kind of power to worm out who the traitor was, and if only someone currently knew exactly who the traitor was with a certain degree of extreme certainty. Wouldn't that be interesting? God damn it, she has the best power in the game so far. Don't take this from me. It's really frustrating. She has a giant AoE fire attack, and I'm not gonna lose it because I'm gonna get it. I might even put it on my protagonist character, but it's a bummer that I can't expand those powers more because they'd be really cool. I might give it to the protagonist character. Least friendly characters are currently Mana and... Why can't I ever remember your name? What is your name? I just was reading it a second ago. I keep losing it. But yeah, neutral characters involve Himeno, Mana, that guy, Yoko, and Jito still. No one's taken the leap over yet. What is his name? Remember it, remember it. His name is Marco. Is that why I keep forgetting it? Is because it's like so outside the realm of every other name in this list? Ajito, Yoko, Zenji, Sohiro, Nagi, Mana, Toya, Himeno, and then Marco. One of these things is not like the other, mainly because the other one's dead. Alright, I went out and sated my curiosity and looked around a little bit at other people playing the defensive line mission. Disappointing results. Everyone I found who played that mission was like 2 to 6 levels higher than me, and I'm like, what? How are you level 17 already? How much grinding did you do? I have done every mission. That's always disappointing when I'm like, oh, maybe I'm missing out on some, like, vital tactic I should check out or something like that. It's like, nope, they just grinded. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm a pioneer then. Brutal clash. A massive foe appears in the primeval forest. With nowhere for seal to hide, the threat draws near, and whatnot. Level 17, bunch of crazies. Okay. So we need to plan I mean, I don't necessarily need to plan that accordingly. At this point I know who the villain is, so I shouldn't use her, because then I'm just wasting battle rank, essentially. But I should use probably like Zenji, Yoko, Ajito, Marco, Toya. Maybe sub in a healer, if necessary. What's the fight look like? First of all, Zenji, Yoko, Ajito, Marco, Toya. Zenji, Marco, Yoko, Ajito, Toya. It's funny how many of them are just the ones at the bottom of the list. But before I actually go in through that, let's see what the enemies are. Okay, those guys are easy because they're just melee users. So they're very easy to kill at a range without letting them do anything to me. These two are both the special effect enemies, which are not fun to fight, but they're there. There's 2 snipers. And there's Dorm. big old DHORME. That's another mech, right? So basically the challenge here is that I'm out. The enemy has a decent variety of units. None of them are super weak units. There's no drones. And they have a mech in the middle. And 2 snipers. And it's just an all-out open battlefield, which is kind of terrifying, because that means that, in a lot of situations, like, there could be heavy concentration of fire. This seems like almost like too risky of a mission to bring Marco on. And I think I'm gonna need a healer. If I wanted to bring in Mana as a tough character, who would I replace them with? You've got the ranged attacks and buffs, including AoE buffs. You just move a lot, mostly. I need to get Zenji up there, and let's sub out Agito for Mana. Okay, now we need to think about positioning. So Mana should be near the middle, the front. Probably Mana and Senji in the middle, flanked by... We don't want to have too much of an isolationist spot for Sohiro. Being near the middle's fine. Honestly, it's probably going to be fine regardless. This probably is a fine positioning overall. Yeah, I'm torn between trying to balance out my battle ranking and trying to use characters that are just useful for situations, and I'm not convinced that the entire roster is balanced. I think some characters are just objectively better than others, probably. Because some of them are just so useful, and some of them seem to be constantly at risk of being obliterated and don't have a lot of upsides yet. I don't have any interest in grinding, especially since the enemies have a level. And I am in the same level range as them. They're all level 11, with one level 13 being like the elite guy, and my guys are all level 12 and 13, so I'm not interested in grinding. So even if I'm the only goddamn Let's Play on the entire internet that doesn't grind in this game, I'm gonna try to do that. And I'm only gonna grind if the enemies suddenly and abruptly start, like, outranking me in level, like in Tokyo Mirage sessions, where it's like, oh, they just jumped up in level, I guess I should grind to catch up with them. So I'll base my optimum level on the enemies I'm encountering, and hope that works out. The good news is we know that there's no consequences for losing in fights, apparently. You just try, just try again. So, that's what I'll do when I screw up, and we'll just accept the failures, and there might be some failure montages.
Let's prepare for the assault. I enjoy the nerves you get in battle. It's the same rush I get doing surgery.
We have to fight to survive. I can't let up now.
Do not neglect inspecting your equipment, everyone. Nobody can predict what may occur on the battlefield.
When we all join forces like this, I really feel that there's no way there's a traitor among us. We'll get through this with everyone.
Just leave some for me and stay out of my way. Got it?
If it weren't for this traitor business, I'm positive we'd have made a real brilliant team. I have some mixed feelings about this.
There's so much we still don't know. All we can do now is cooperate with each other and fight. For the time being, at least, we're all comrades regardless of whether there's a traitor among us.
Let's do this, everyone. We have to fight to survive.
I don't get all this traitor stuff. Can't we just stay a happy bunch of friends? You know, being a traitor means you'd be on the enemy's team, right? But none of us do anything weird in battle.
I'm still unclear. What exactly are they supposed to be traitors to? By what the N said, it didn't sound like they were just his lackeys or anything. Why even slip into our ranks? Wouldn't it be easier just to ambush us? A knife in the back can be very effective. That's a little extreme, I'll admit, though.
I've been observing everyone as much as I could during the fight, but I haven't seen anyone acting suspiciously. If there really was a traitor, we would have found them in the heat of battle, where they're most likely to slip up.
I don't get it. Everybody here is fighting properly, so I don't have a clue who the traitor could be. When you're putting your life on the line, being unable to count if your comrade has your back is rather troubling.
I would say that it seems to be good news that the game is aware of how nonsensical the whole traitor thing seems to be. Because yeah, the whole traitor thing, it's like, oh yeah, there's a traitor. Even though they're not attacking you or doing anything to you, there's totally a traitor in there somewhere, believe us. The game's acknowledging that openly. I'm hoping that that's not just them doing a placehold, like just doing a lip service to it and nothing else. Hopefully that means that they're aware of that weird tone and that there will be a reveal at some point as to what the traitors are and why it makes sense. Because right now it does not seem to make any sense. I will say a downside to the randomly selected traitor stuff is that the dialogue's kind of awful. Like, they're already like thinly written archetype characters, but all of these, like, whenever the voice acting comes up and it's time for everyone to talk to each other, they're not really talking to each other, they're all talking at each other mostly. It's a bunch of characters that are just saying they're mostly just, all they can do really is like reiterate what their trope is, like what their archetype is, and then just move on. So like Yoko's just gonna be like, I don't think anyone's a traitor, let's go team! And then she says that like 17 more times because it's all that she can say, because none of them can talk to each other the vast majority of the time, because then they'd have to account for the incredible number of variables of all the people that die. And that's only gonna increase over time, so it's gonna be like it's gonna be like Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, where it's like the moment a bunch of variability is added to the party composition, all the cutscenes disappeared, which is a bummer. But there wasn't necessarily a lot of good writing to begin with. Oh my goodness, I can run all the way. Interesting. We can go charging straight into enemy forces, basically. It's heartening because it would help us take out the snipers, but it's a problem because then we're going into the melee range of 5 melee units, and that's not necessarily worth it.
Don't get in my way!
Here I go!
So instead I should probably be prepping teamwork stuff. Maybe half and half against these 2 melee users, perhaps? Could try a high damage impact attack, or I could just get in range to help the party. Let's see, on the far side, let's see if he can reach, because he often can't. Even you can reach. So we have like no real range problems to worry about at the moment. Cool. Let's get you in attack range. That's good and bad. That means that this fight is going to be utter chaos, because absolutely everyone can reach everyone, basically. That's gonna be a problem. So you're in attack range. I might still do like an AoE. If I can get it to line. No, he's not in range. And that's a big cost to throw out there, so I'm probably just gonna do an attack.
Let's do this.
On my way.
Don't get in my way!
There's an item in the middle, but I don't want to spend a turn on it, do I? If anyone's gonna risk it, let's at least risk the healer or something. Or
For everyone's sake.
whoever has long range. You're already in attack range right there. Can I get you in attack range for both? Yes. Double assist. Check.
For everyone's sake.
You still get a turn? You do still get a turn. Cool. Okay. I was a little worried.
Down.
Let's do this. Don't get in
Here
my
I go!
way!
They don't go down quickly.
Me too!
Roger that.
This avoids the counterattack,
Let's do this.
while still prompting a lot of overlapping attacks. Unfortunately, that enemy super did not die.
Over here.
I'm trying to position various characters to be in position to assist each other against multiple foes, hopefully. I also want to space my characters out so they can't get multi-targeted by stuff like the green guys, which will probably be able to... The fight is small enough they can probably reach you no matter where you go, so I just don't want them to be able to multi-target.
Come on.
bit concerned about the lack of kills. It's 3 assists. Surely he would go down, or should I refocus on the other guy? I'm hoping he'll get killed by counterattack. Oh, there we go.
Come on. Good.
Our doctor has a good crit rate. Minor damage, that's encouraging. And dead. They've lost 2 now. It's now 6 versus 6, I believe. Oh, is he still up? Oh, you're gonna take out Zenji. Mech, why? Oh, he's running into him. It's amazing.
What the hell happened?
Well, at least he had to waste his attack on Zenji, who had like 1 hit point left. That's encouraging a bit.
Let's do this.
We're getting to the point where some AoE might be applicable.
Well then.
Let's take a look at you. I just want to hit, there we go, any number of enemies without hitting my ally. And the more the better. This is 3. That's pretty good.
How's that? Let's do this.
So we know now that if for the best result, I want to sort of split up in quadrants around the enemy to reduce how many people he can shoot at once. The problem is, of course, there's tons of other enemies around that I still need to deal with. And I also need to not group people up so they don't get hit by multi-shot by the naughty greens. This might be a good spot to be in. I'm like awkwardly behind everything. Assist. I'll be in attack range for tons of people so I can assist against basically every enemy. Let's finish that guy real quick.
Yeah! We did it!
On my way.
Basically, whoever's the furthest out, I'm trying to move in.
Let's go.
On my way.
Oh, this is the faster way to check. Most in need of heal is currently Yoko. I should probably do that. And then just make myself assist ready. Yeah, Yoko. But I also don't want to be grouped up around this guy's AoE. So I should probably run over here. But now I'm not in range for Yoko.
Let's see to those wounds.
Here I go.
You're the tricky one because you're melee. Makes you very hard to position without putting everyone in the same attack range. Your attack range, on the other hand, is just huge. There we go.
Is that really all?
One sniper down.
Here I go.
There's a decent chance you'd go down. I'm just not comfortable with where you're standing right now because you're so grouped up. If I attacked you... That's 2 assists right there and a heavy attack. Let's go for the other sniper.
Take this.
That's not gonna work. Close? Ooh, double. That's a crit. Alright, that was close. She needs the next heal now. I figure I'm virtually guaranteed to lose one person every round, just because the sheer number of enemies around. Apparently it's gonna be her this time, oh my god. Oh, he didn't use the cone attack to hit his teammates this time. I forgot she had that skill. Oh, that was oh no. Right, that massive combo was just the assist combo. They didn't actually use their turns yet. Yep. She's so good. She has a skill that makes her get back up. I forgot I got that. That's great. I haven't been using her this today so far.
Let's go.
So she can get back. She can get back up
On my way.
when she goes down, which means she wastes even more of our enemies' turns.
Let's go.
We're not really heavy on a need to heal right now.
Let's begin.
You're probably the #1 person to send over there because you have the multi-target. Which would take out their sniper, while also hurting the other guy. Ideally hit all 3 of them, yeah.
How's that?
Pain time! I need more AoE! Unfortunately, they're killing one of my AoE characters. Which I'm probably gonna give the fire powers to Sho until a better opportunity arrives. Because those fire powers were great. They were great. They're down to the 2 status effect melee characters and the main dude. So I should definitely not attack the main dude. Yeah, he's really durable. Instead, I should attack these guys because if they go down, then he can't combo anymore. And while it is 1 damaging attack, I only have to deal with 1 attack per turn, which is good news. This puts her in attack range for everybody. Good. Makes her all set for combos. Let's make sure this one goes down.
Please.
Good. Let's do this.
On my way.
Let's do this.
Still got 2 guys left, that's good. Get as far away as I can while still being in range. There we go. Just trying to hurt their ability to combo us, or AoE us. Yes, he's down. That's good. That means our medic can go wander off. No one really needs to heal right now. But if the medic attacks, there's a decent chance that he'll need a heal as a result. Who has full health? Yoko does. So I should just defer to Yoko. Because the medic would be in trouble if he started taking hits, I think. And I'm also going through with my plan about creating quadrants around the enemy. So now if he does the AoE, he can only hit 1 of us. So we're good.
A concerted strike.
Okay, leave it to me.
And everyone should be in AoE range for this guy. Not AoE, assist range. Alright. Yeah, she doesn't have an attack. 2 damage! Right, we have to worry about directional crap. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Let's do this.
I imagine I don't want that to go off. Just call me crazy.
Let's see to those wounds.
Let's go.
Alright, she's healthy. Crap. Even from behind, he took 35 damage. Didn't the Gatling did more damage than that, right? When I used it?
How's that?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I basically have to use skills against him, because the normal attack didn't hurt him, basically. But isn't this just a normal attack too? There's a lock-on count. 60, it's still garbage. And then the combo happens for 0! Hooray! Look at it. Whoa, there we go. The crits still do damage, but only the crits.
Saw that coming.
Let's go.
I'm amused by the fact that all of those bullets were clearly hitting him, but it's like, miss! You did it! Ha 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 ha! Strength sign Vit. Should I pick somebody up? I feel like if I revive her, she's... yeah. I was thinking of reviving, Mana. But at this point, if I revived her, she'd just get targeted and taken down probably immediately. Although that might be a good thing, because they're charging something up that's nasty. So if you did attack Mana, that might be for the best.
Cheers, mate.
That's exactly what's gonna happen, huh? Oh, it hit both of them. And then she gets back up. Haha. Psych.
Let's go.
My pulse is irregular.
There's definitely a part of the enemy that is like designed to specifically attack whoever is most vulnerable.
Oh, I'm really in a spot now.
It's really reliable. They'll go to the back of the entire group to attack that one kid that sucks, or Mana gets revived at low hit points and suddenly they turn to attack them specifically. But I've got impact, and that might work. Or I could do restore hit points, I suppose. But I'm trying to do some damage here. Let's attack with other people first, just in case they get a chance to help out.
This isn't good.
Her other melee attacks might help. I'm out of GP. So I can't use Gatling Wave and whatnot. I can only attack directly. Well, I'm gonna go for a back attack. See if that helps. 319, 341. The problem here is that if he's specifically vulnerable to back attacks, that incentivizes me to go behind him, but I don't want to go behind him with all my characters because then they'll all get attacked directly. Can I go just outside of his attack range? No, probably not. Oh, he can't counter from this distance. Oh, that's abusable.
This may sting.
Oh, I can abuse the crap out of that.
Oh, I'm really in a spot now.
Not in range.
Me too.
Leave it to me.
I can abuse that back attack. No! Kind of only works if it crits, huh? Ooh, the enemy is dazed? Oh, I think we just won anyway. Yep. Abuse that back attack. So the key there is to set up a back attack and also try to get in a position where your character can't be countered.
Mission complete. It looks like we've won this battle.
Fighting as a group like this makes it so much easier. I wish we could just trust each other.
I could have handled this one by myself. What's the use of even having teammates if you can't trust them? Stupid.
How long do you think this stratum goes on for? I hope it doesn't turn out to be the case where we just keep climbing higher and higher indefinitely. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't joke about that. It might actually be the state of things here.
It seems we've managed to survive again. It'd be great if these enemies were all we had to worry about until we reach the end.
I could have handled that myself, says guy who got wiped out in the first round. Oh. Got a vision point. And that gift experience. Thanks for the help, Zenji. Still trying to figure him out. So many deaths. Oh, she gets killed. That's why I'm so low on points. She has minus 15 because when her ability to die twice still counts as 2 deaths. Oh boy. So you do get the experience, the gift. Oh, I keep getting that mixed up. So you do get the gift XP from the missions, not the leveling up. Or is it both? It could be both for all I know.
Fine by me.
What are you saying? I'm sorry I worried all of you.
There may be a traitor in this group. So sometimes he's certain and sometimes he's uncertain when he explains that.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this. I doubt it's always going to be this easy.
What do you mean?
No.
He actually said, what do you mean, so I didn't have to say it out loud. If the end is plotting something, now's the most likely time for him to unleash it on us.
What?
It can't be. Are you implying he might make us do that again?
Damn.
What is the end after?
Hey.
Sho, do you have a moment? What do you think about Himeno? I can't say for sure, but I have doubts about that one. I assume they mean that she's the traitor. They kind of didn't articulate that clearly, which is slightly terrifying. Hey! Those two are both already good now. Mana and Yoko. Oh. And Zenji is good now. Only 3 characters are neutral now, one of which is probably about to die, and the other 2 are two of the lesser used ones. So everyone is after Himeno, and my vision history pretty much points at her directly. The rule continues to match here. It says there's one voice here, and that matches with Zenji being here. So it should still be her. And for the sake of consistency, let's put them to yellow. Make the color scheme work a little bit. It actually kind of doesn't work. It still ends up looking kind of mostly blue despite changing them to yellow. Ah well. I think so too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is that so, huh? Well, I guess it can't hurt for us to use caution.
Okay.
Sho, can I, about the traitor, who do you think it is? It's got me on edge. I just can't trust anyone. It's Himeno.
Huh?
Huh? Is that who? I had no idea. No apparent change. Everyone's just heavy on Himeno. And someone's voting for Zenji or Ajito. I don't know which one's. I don't know which vote's not Himeno. Obviously, she's voting for one of them, but I don't know who this other person is that's voting for whoever the hell. Could be Zenji because he's just kind of a prick. By the way, can we just point out the irony of the fact that he's a character that's like, I don't need teammates, who cares about camaraderie? It's just my entire power is that I borrow the powers of other people around me, and I'm one of the most reliant on allies of the entire party. It's like, pretty much like him and Yoko are the 2 characters most mechanically incentivized to be around other people in their team because of how their powers work. And they have opposite reactions to that for some reason. Oh, we should be set. Question is, did a side quest pop up, or is this level only 5 levels long? The Forest Palace. That answers my question, I suppose.
Huh?
You chat me up again? I'd be delighted. Then let's talk.
Uh-huh.
Right. Now, what shall we waffle on about today? It's rather exciting.
Hey!
Say, do you think I'm cute? Sure. Totally. You're much too honest, Sho. You're making me blush. Jeez, what's your game? Getting me all serious. Talk like a human. What do you talk? What? You seem quite pleased for yourself. When you were the one fishing for compliments.
Who, me?
I simply fancy cute things, so I want to be cute as well. In order to accomplish that, I pay attention to how well I present myself. The English accent is part of and parcel of that.
But
whether the accent is cute or not, doesn't that depend on a person's taste? Not at all. Whoever thinks the English accent isn't cute can't be considered a human being.
no.
That's a terrible disposition. Do you know why my ability, Overdrive, isn't very cute? The word itself sounds like a gift for some robust bloke. I don't fancy it at all. Having this ability for so long must be related to my particularness about cute things. One of those complex reactions, I suppose. Is that how it is? I wonder, waffling on like this with just the two of us almost feels like a date. Those are things fit birds do, so I thought there'd be a little chance of me having one. Fit birds? Doesn't that just mean being in shape? Are you not in shape? This is rather enjoyable despite our situation. I see.
Thank you.
Annie Road, cheers for not writing me off as some nutter. I'm relieved you're here. Let's do this again sometime.
You're right.
Yes, let's. And then I execute her for being the traitor. It's a promise then. I don't want her to die though, because her powers are very, very useful. Yoko Tachibana. I mean, maybe I don't have to worry about which characters I bring on missions and how their votes are going to go if I can just expose the real traitor and then everyone just laser focuses on them the way they did this last time. Hello. And goodbye. Someone's in a bad mood. You know that? Yet you still come to talk. Do you like picking on people?
And?
Something happened? I was thinking long and hard if there's any way to erase my ability. But I couldn't come up with anything. I've been trying for so long I got irritated.
Huh?
So you were serious about when you said you wanted to erase your telepathy? Well, yeah, however I think of it, it's the most unnecessary ability for me right now. Everyone's relying on you, though. Well, maybe it's useful for climbing this tower.
But you know...
But that just means it's needed by everyone else, right? I'm sure they won't need it after we defeat the end and save the world. You know, that's not what it means. That's not what the phrase means to be like saying like it's the least useful thing for you right now. Right now is right now, not later. They're different words for a reason. That's not true. Now you're just humoring me. I won't fall for that.
But...
In a peaceful world, what people want to hear is the voice of an exceptional singer. In that case, just become exceptional. That's what I've been trying to say. My ability prevents me from doing that. I think this every time I fail at singing. I can do it instantly if it's telepathy, but I don't need proficiency in that. You know, I attended an audition for new talent in the past. Everyone was amazing, so much better compared to me, with their cute voices and cute faces. I silently waited for my turn, knowing that I had no chance. And at that moment, I came up with a method to get these kids off the stage. I could just interfere with their minds by sending out tons of telepathy and making them stop singing.
But...
Yoko. I didn't actually do it, of course. But you know, that option is always gonna hound me. How can I make it go away? The struggle kind of, sort of, almost makes sense generally, but it's just such a baffling situation to be bringing it up in. hey, I get a chance to talk with Nagi because the other option is Himeno and she is gonna be dead in a moment. Or I get an option to give her a point, I mean, because obviously you talk to them regardless. I search for a traitor, huh? It's dangerous to move according to his calculations, but I suppose we've no other course of action.
You're right.
Agreed. I'd prefer if there was another way through. It's unavoidable. I'll observe our group's movement during battle and assess from there. People with guilt tend to act strangely. Assessing a person from the way they fight is a bit of a stretch. I only know how to fight. If I am to use an evaluation standard, that's all I've got. Alright, then let's hope no one makes any mistakes. Huh. Traitor, huh? I had thought it was maybe just his way of messing with us, but then we saw it all play out. For the time being, I'd like to avoid playing right into his hands. A traitor? It doesn't matter if there is one or not. I will climb this pillar at any cost. Is that so? What if the cost is your life, and what if the cost is you not climbing the pillar? Because that's what it's looking like right now.